up on this edition of SUTV News, a new prediction for the 2013 flood fight.
Progress is finally being made in Minard Hall.
And in sports, women's golf makes history.
This is SUTV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Mariah Stevens.
And I'm Nicole Johnson.
Good news for the 2013 flood fight.
The National Weather Service issued a crest prediction that is much lower than officials planned for. The river is said to crest late next week between 38 and 40 feet. Dikes will now be built to 40 feet, so fewer sandbags are needed. Sandbag Central is officially closed. There is still a lot of work needed to be done and many homes still unprotected. Fargo's fire department and volunteers will begin placement of sandbags on Thursday.
It's been 3.5 years since the communication department called Minard Hall its home. Since then, they've been in Ely Hall, but this week, faculty and staff moved back. The move was supposed to happen over spring break, but due to fire codes not being met, the move was pushed back until further notice. The communication graduate students, who were already in Minard, transferred first, then the professors and administrative assistants. Everything but big furniture is in the offices, and that should be all moved in and set up by early next week.
I can't remember my previous office life before cubicles. You know, for my first year and a half here, we had an office, and that was nice. And then I went to cubicle land, and I just can't, you know, that kind of just changes, it skews your view of how you normally work.
The new Department of Communication office is located on the 3rd floor of Minard on the north side of the building.
North Dakota State University is known to be an accredited school, low-cost university compared to many others in the Midwest. But with graduation approaching, it really begs the question, what are their thoughts on student loan payments soon to come? SUTV's Natalie Schlegel explores how NDSU seniors are feeling about their financial futures post-graduation.
The average cost per year for an average NDSU student is about $7,000. That's about $28,000 for 4 years without the cost of room and board, according to the 2013 tuition rates. It's a reality that some students may not be prepared for.
I think I do obviously have loans, but when I think about the students who go to like the U of M, I'm sure their loans are more just because it does cost more to go there. So I'm thankful that it is a pretty cheap school here, but that's obviously something to keep in mind.
The national average college tuition cost is $32,000 per year, according to the National Center for Education Statistics, making NDSU and other North Dakota universities a value for the cost.
Because it has the North Dakota has one of the most affordable higher education programs in the country. The quality of programs that we have were a great value.
My sister, she was looking at the U of M and NDSU, and we're from North Dakota, and she decided NDSU just because it is cheaper. So
maybe try opening it again.
I'm very excited to graduate and move on. I'll be going to grad school next year at Iowa State University, so it'll be a new experience at a new university.
Even with financial challenges for graduates, a 4-year degree is much more valuable in today's workplace. 87% of NDSU graduates find jobs in their field of study, according to the NDSU Employment Report. This high percentage helps to lessen the stress for many seniors. NDSU was recently ranked by the White House Report Card on Higher Education as a low-cost institution with medium graduation rates. 53.7% of students graduated within 6 years of their first enrollment in classes. Reporting for SUTV News, this is Natalie Schlegel.
The NDSU Career Center is open to all students to assist in job searching, resumes, and interview help. There's also a variety of finance planners to help increase a plan to pay off their student loans. The weight of student loans is not weighing down seniors at NDSU. See how they are celebrating after this week's 7-day forecast.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
SUTV News is a production of the Bison Information Network, North Dakota State University's student-run television station. We promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SUTV News on Cable 1 Channel 14, brought to you by Stop and Go.
Hey, I'm Mariah, and I'm at Bus because not only does it save me money, but with 20 different routes, it makes getting around Fargo much more convenient. I'm at Bus. Do you?
SUTV News is brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go. We're always there.
Welcome back. April is coming and going, and May is less than a week away.
Students are taking in their last moments on campus as they prepare for graduation. On Wednesday, the NDSU Alumni Association put on its annual Senior Day. The event lasted from 3 to 5 p.m. and took place at the NDSU Alumni Center. Graduate students gathered to share one of their last collective experiences as a class. Those in attendance enjoyed a grill out, free t-shirts, keychains, buttons, games, and Dippin' Dots for dessert, thanks to a well-organized and staffed event.
Just make sure that we have staff here to help and congratulate and just smile and let the students know that we appreciate that they are here and congratulate them.
I kind of have a last hurrah so they can meet more new possible classmates that they haven't met before, and just have a great time for one last hurrah before they have to have the ceremony and everything and depart to their future careers.
Also present at the event were the NDSU Yell leaders who, as usual, were encouraging Bison pride as well as training the new Yell leaders for next year.
NP and First Avenues in downtown Fargo have always been one-ways, but expect big changes this summer. Both streets will convert into two-ways with lanes going east and west. Detours will be figured out for those students and businesses that utilize the streets on a daily basis. The deadline is July, and this will be an ongoing project that will continue into 2015, and the initial part of the project will cost $275,000.
It'll be really bad for students trying to get to the building here, and I think it'll definitely affect parking, because parking is already limited down here.
I'm taking most of my classes online, but I am going to do studio work here, so I think that'll be a little distracting, but growing up in North Dakota, I'm used to all the construction here anyway.
Another change in transportation. Matt Bus will have 4 new hybrids, a newly designed engine. The price tag on these, $640,000.
Fargo reached flood stage today, and a flood warning continues for the Red River. The National Weather Service wants to remind individuals to be safe during these times. People living in warned areas need to monitor flood levels and take steps to protect themselves and their property. Do not travel through flooded areas and turn around when necessary. When in doubt, move to higher ground and a safer location. Keep in mind that floodwater could be contaminated, so stay away as much as possible.
For many, cooking a meal is a major challenge, if not impossible. Square One Kitchens with world-renowned chef Tim Rosendahl has classes to pick up a few new cooking skills. SUTV's Bryn Nelson has the story.
From shrimp, oysters, and salmon.
The shrimp is ready here. Well, I've actually had cooking schools, cooking classes that I've run in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Daytona Beach, and Orlando, and I've always loved to do it. And I love teaching, I love food, and it's in my blood.
Square One Kitchen offers classes for every type of cook, from beginner to expert. In Culinary Boot Camp, you learn basic cooking methods. Garlic focuses everything on garlic. And in Learn to Juice, you do exactly that.
Different cooking techniques and see what people do differently than what, from what either you see on TV or from what you see in a book or what have you. So I just want to see if just the different techniques and how it's done.
Classes are Monday nights and have room for about 15 students apiece. Each one offers something different for students to enjoy.
Just the constant flow of information and the knowledge that he has as a cook is unbelievable. And I've been cooking for many, many years, but my husband has noticed a big difference just in the last couple weeks.
From executive chef and administrator of culinary development at Walt Disney World to vice president of food and beverages at Red Lobster, Tim Rosendahl has cooked everywhere. But after many years, he's back in Fargo doing what he loves.
I came back to visit with family and fell in love with the girl here and stayed here, and I'm very happy to be here. Love the people in Fargo.
A complete list of available classes is online at squareonekitchens.com. There you can read a brief description, look at prices, and sign up for open classes. This is Bryn Nelson reporting for SU TV News.
The Square One Kitchens facility is also available for rent. You can contact Tim Rosendahl for more information.
Freshmen are forced to live on campus, but coming up next, we find out why students choose to live where they do after this week's campus calendar.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SU TV News.
SU TV News is a production of the Bison Information Network, North Dakota State University's student-run television station. We promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable 1 Channel 14, brought to you by Stop and Go.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Hey, I'm Mariah, and I'm at Bus because not only does it save me money, but with 20 different routes, it makes getting around Fargo much more convenient. I'm at Bus. Do you?
Welcome back. It's that time of year again for students to decide where they want to live for the following school year.
For living on campus and off campus, there are positives and negatives. Living on campus gives students a chance to connect with more of their peers and provides easy access to all campus services. Annual costs are expensive, but are also fixed. Living off campus tends to be less expensive depending on the location, and it also gives students more of a sense of freedom. For this year's freshmen, the switch from a residence hall to a new home next year is a big change.
A little bit
different with the fact that Niskin and our apartments, and I won't have to share a bathroom or share a lounge, and I can watch a movie in my room or, you know, have my dinner in my room, and I don't have to go to the dining center with friends. So that'll probably make it a little bit different.
For more information about on-campus and off-campus living, you can visit Residence Life at ndsu.edu or their office in West Bison Court on campus.
Any school can have residence halls, but it takes a special one to make them feel at home. The NDSU RHA is doing just that, and now they have the awards to prove it. SUTV's Mariah Stevens has the story.
The Midwest affiliate of college and university residence halls holds a conference every February to recognize the efforts and accomplishments of residence life in the Midwest. Competing against 41 other colleges, NDSU came out with 4 total awards, which did not come undeserved.
I think the residence halls as a whole, just residence life here at NDSU, genuinely cares about the students, and I think really tries to make that first year experience for students as best as possible.
Each residence hall hosts a variety of programs, ranging from cookie decorating to a scaled-down version of The Amazing Race. But aside from all the fun, RHA provides students with the tools they'll need for the rest of their college careers.
I think RHA is really a place where students can go to learn to be a leader. We're kind of a starting grounds for bigger leadership opportunities for students.
The students aren't the only ones benefiting from residence life. The residence assistants get something out of it as well.
And then just being more open-minded about people, being more accepting.
The selection process is not an easy one, requiring 8-page documents for the student bids and 30-page documents for overall institution awards.
It's a lot of work to put together the bids. The night they were due, I was here late with the students, helping them just make sure everything was put in place, getting them scanned in, PDF'd, all those things. So there's definitely a time commitment on behalf of the students to make them look pretty and represent NDSU well.
Due to their overwhelming success, NDSU will move on to compete against 300 other schools at the annual National Association of College and University Residence Halls Conference in June. This is Mariah Stevens reporting for SU TV News.
NDSU has a total of 12 residence halls, 10 of which are reserved for freshman students. That recent change created yet another asset to the success of RHA. There are many advantages for both students who live on campus and those who live off campus, but which is the most convenient?
This week for Sidewalk Stampede, we asked students what they like about their housing.
Cheaper, and I just like the privacy, I guess.
I like the freedom of living off campus and living in a house versus the dorms, because I don't know, the dorms are okay, but I definitely like living in a house better.
It's cheap, and I get to cook my own meals, and I have my own room, and I love my apartment.
It was actually closer for me to live by the music building if I lived off campus than if I lived on campus.
I prefer off campus because there's a little bit more privacy. You know, you can kind of have your own sense of your own house. They provide housing here, and that's a great thing. But, you know, everybody wants your own place. You get to choose your roommates and just kind of have a little bit of individuality.
You know, I like living off campus. I feel like it gives me more of a sense of independence as I get older.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy the freedom. Well, joining us now is sports anchor Morgan Lubin.
Yeah, you know, I agree with Mariah. You know, living out in your own house, you know, the college life officially kicks in. You're on your own. Well, coming up with sports, we'll take a look at women's golf and Amy Anderson in the record books again. Stay with us.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Your campus, your news, your sports, your way. SU TV 84. When you're on the go, we're always there. When you need your campus updates, we have them your way. Bison sports updates, campus news. And when you have a second, we're always there. Stay updated, catch highlights. But when you need your biggest news,
This is an SU TV News Update, brought to you by the NDSU Bookstore. This is SU TV News, and it starts now.
your campus station. SU TV 84.
We're Forest fans because we love coming to the games. It's very affordable and the whole family enjoys it.
We're Forest fans because we enjoy coming to the Forest games. It gives us something to do and look forward to every week.
This is Force Hockey.
SU TV News is a production of the Bison Information Network in conjunction with North Dakota State University's Department of Communication Broadcast Program. For more information, go to www.ndsubin.com.
Welcome back. After winning back-to-back national championships, the Bison football team returns to play at the Fargo Dome. The annual Green vs. Gold spring game is this Saturday. Last year, the defenses highlighted the day, allowing no touchdowns as Gold beat the Green 3-0. Before the game, the team will be honored and receive the championship rings from last year, as well as raise the second national championship banner into the rafters in as many years. For the first time in 15 years, a women's golf team other than Oral Roberts has won the Summit League tournament. NDSU claimed the title and advances to the NCAA Regional for the first time. Not only did the Bison claim the league's automatic bid into the regionals, but NDSU also claimed a majority of the league's awards. Amy Anderson became the Summit League's first three-time individual champion, as well as being named to the Summit League All-Tournament team and claimed championship MVP. Bison head coach Matt Johnson also took home Coach of the Year award to add to the Bison's collections. Kansas City was second as a team, finishing 11 strokes behind NDSU, while IUPUI finished 5 shots ahead of Omaha for third place. Amy Anderson won the individual title with a 7-over-par score of 223, 11 strokes ahead of second-place finisher Morgan Fitz from SDSU. All 5 golfers were in the top 20. On the men's side of things, the Bison finished 5th as a team with a score of 924, a ways back of Summit League champion Kansas City, who shot an 880 as a team. Sophomore Bill Carlson led the way for NDSU, shooting a 2-over-par round of 74 the final day to finish 5th individually, 6 shots back of champion Corbin Kuhn from Kansas City. Bison senior Nathan Anderson shot a final round 80 to finish in a tie for 15th after a round of 72 day 1 and 78 day 2. Kansas City won the tournament by 19 shots over South Dakota. South Dakota State claimed third, 5 shots ahead of Western Illinois, while North Dakota State finished 5th. Kansas City had the top 3 individual finishers of the tournament with Corbin Kuhn, Anton Rosner, and Nathan Hughes. With Ellick Sports Complex unplayable, the Bison women's softball team moved inside the Fargo Dome to play a 3-game series for South Dakota State. After 2 blowout wins for NDSU on Tuesday, Wednesday's game came down to the wire. Let's go out to Gate Citibank Field now inside the Fargo Dome. We'll pick up the action in the bottom of the 5th with Preston Glasser is going to get an infield single on a little slap bunt right there. The next couple pitches, she will get a steal and a wild pitch, and that would bring up Amanda Grable. Amanda Grable with a short pop fly and a sliding catch will be made in center field, but that would score Glasser as she would come around to score the game's first run as the Bison would go up 1-0. In the top of the 6th now, NDSU up 1-0. Sammy Bingham drills it over the left field fence right there. That fence was at 180 feet. It clears it for a solo home run as SDSU ties the game at 1 on Bingham's home run. Now to the bottom of the 6th, Maritza Lopez Portillo saw the home run in the top of the inning. She raises her another one. This is a solo shot over the center field fence, and that fence is at 220. And that is Martia Lopez Portillo's 5th home run of the season. The Bison would go on to beat the Jackrabbits 2-1. like I said, that is Martia Lopez Portillo's 5th home run of the season. As NDSU will host Oakland in a 3-game series this weekend. Those games will be played at the University of St. Thomas in St. Paul. In the first round of the USHL playoffs, the Fargo Force found themselves in a battle with the lower-seeded Waterloo Blackhawks. Waterloo had a 2-1 lead in the series before the Force won Game 4 to send the series to a 5th and final game. Let's go out to Game 5 now at Shields Arena. Pick up the action in the second period. Game tied at 1. Dave Gus with a shot. Gabe Gertler was there. He tips it in for his first goal of the game. We'll look at the replay here as Gertler, you see, gets the tip, splits the goalie's legs, 5-hole, nice GoPro camera right there behind the net. Force take a 2-1 lead. Now third period, Force down 3-2, 3:38 remaining. The Force tie it up. Chris Deans had a shot. The Force crashed the net. Alex Iafallo was there to flick it in. Force tie the game at 3 with 6:30 left in overtime. Let's listen to Rich Lodewick and the call.
Goaltender had no chance with his pass. Ortega fires it in front. Gertler sprawling. Now picked up. Gus. Shot. Save. Rebound. A goal. Gabe Gertler. The Force have scored the overtime goal and they win the series.
Let's take a look at the replay now. Gabe Gertler gets up, finds the rebound. He's going to backhand the puck over the goalie right there for his second goal of the game. What a play by Gertler. Force would go on to win the game like that 4-3 in overtime. They win the series 3-2, and they advance to the Western Conference Finals for a best-of-5 series with the Sioux Falls Stampede. The first 2 games will be played at Shields Arena on Friday and Saturday, with the next 3 games being played in Sioux Falls. Guys, back to football. I got the tie on. I'm really looking forward to see the Bison football team back-to-back national champions in action on Saturday.
Yep, should be good to see another ring ceremony for the 2nd year in a row.
Yep, we'll be back after this.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech. First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There is also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online by evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site. It is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email, and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, you will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
Two weeks ago on SUTV News, we ran a story on a power outage scheduled to take place on June 1st. We would like to clarify that it will be a campus-wide IT outage. Power will just be affected in the IAC data centers. Thank you for watching this edition of SUTV News.
Be sure to pick up your copy of The Spectrum and check us out on Facebook or Twitter.
Have a great night.